now is just eliminate, some of the, and today you didn't really hit any heavy ones, but you talking about the round that you had struggled hitting some heavy ones?
Like I said, my neck was all messed up there too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
not very...
that's going to hurt your ability to turn. See, okay, so I won't worry as much of that. But I mean, although today, we did hear anything, a couple of the heavy ones, nothing real bad to it. Now, the good news to it, overall, the shape to it is still a lot better, from where we started to it there. So obviously the angle of the club much closer now, and so the fade not near as much to it. The biggest key here, posture is fine. Now, one thing, and I'll show it to you two different ways. As this goes back, I'll show it to you on both sides, you really tend to roll the club open with the face as it goes back. Okay, and by that, you see how the toe, you've got the golf club across that way to it? Mm-hmm. The most you'd want to see there would be the face pointed straight up and down. And yours is actually to the left. So this will be up and down. Okay, see how much your face is going across that way to it? That's open in the face. Okay, which would definitely explain some of the fades. Okay, it definitely has a lot to do with the direction on the way down. So if you look at there and you watch, Tiger's a good one in terms of what I'm going to look at as far as your wrist position. As this thing goes back, do you see how, either way you look at it, your right wrist is almost straight like this, right? Mm-hmm. You see how his is cupped back this way? Or either way you look at it, or if you look at his left wrist, it's flatter, and see how yours is kind of like this? Mm-hmm. The face just gets open at the top, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's going to make sense for the longer club, the driver tending to fade a little bit to it. By open with the face, and there's the heel there, the face hangs too much down like that. See how his hangs more at an angle across this way? So the biggest key is, and I'll show you the other side because that maybe will make the most sense, but what happens is as you go back, you tend to twist your hands like this and they really come into you. What I need to do is I need to get your hands to stay down this way, or that left one to flatten out, and to get them to stay more away from your body. So again, you tend to flip it in like this and really pull your arms into you as you go back. So if you look at it on this side, what we should see is I'd like to flatten out your left wrist like this, or flatten the club face more across this way. Okay, instead of yours hanging down like that. If you look at it on this side, here is Vaughn Taylor. Do you see how close that shaft gets to you as you go back? So as you go back, see how you pull it in like this? What I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it out this way. And again, by that, you see how close that shaft gets to you right into here? And you're jamming that arm and you're kind of going in like this. So as you take it back, you just kind of pull the arms in. And from there, you throw them out of it. And that little bit of you kind of throwing it out, that's a little bit of cut. A couple of times you'll hit the ground and pop that driver up just because you're throwing it out. If we can get rid of you throwing it out, get you coming around this way, we'll lower the ball flight with the driver, or get rid of every now and then you just kind of would flare one up on the face and the ball just kind of shoot up and right on you. The best ones you hit where the ball flight stayed down for you. And then as a result of that, it gets long. And you see how you end up doing it, how close your hands get to you there. That's what we'll see as we do this today is your hands won't pull that much into your head and they'll stay more away from you this way. So instead of you going in and pulling it like this with your hands, I'm going to keep them more out this way to it as you go back. And as we do that, your hands will get more this way. Yours, you'll pull in and cup it like that. I'm going to stretch them out more and then work your wrist the other way to it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And again, the only big key, and you'll really see it right here, watch as it starts down, immediately that club gets, you throw it out. And again, and that's why the only miss was with a short iron, especially a loft one, wasn't a big deal. The only thing is every now and then you run the spells of hitting some heavy iron shots. Definitely the longer club, you missed it higher right and up on the face, come with a couple of pop-ups to it, just because you see how you get throwing it down into the ground that way. So again, I mean, the way that we're going to stop that is, and I'll do it to you both ways, and I'll see which one makes the most sense from a feel perspective to you. But just look on the takeaway how much you really jam that club into you with your arms. I'll give you two good examples here. I showed you the one with Vaughn earlier. I will give you. Here's Adam Scott on the takeaway.
Way out.
So this is more out this way to it. Tiger.
That's a young tiger.
Mm-hmm. So again, you fold that elbow, and look, his arm is, and it won't go as extreme as Tiger, but you know, yours is too quickly. It really folds into your body this way. We got to get it to stay more out, away from you, and also what that'll really help is it'll shorten the length. And you see right here, Tiger's hands really stay away from his body. You see how you just kind of pull, and again, when you pull him back in behind from back there, you just work them out as it starts down, and that's the only miss hit, you know, because again, you see how much you just kind of throw it and just whip it away from you as it starts down. All right, so let's do this. Grab your 7 and I'm going to do it for you, and I'm going to let you tell me, you know, which way makes the most sense as far as there. Hey, Chris, y'all can hit up on the grass. I don't know why all those guys were set up back there. Yeah, go ahead, man. Y'all go up there so nobody else goes back there. All right, now so let's do it this way. Set up to it with your feet all the way together. All right, good. Now hold there 1 second. Now watch. What I was saying about the face open going back, as you go back, that club head twists like this, and then you pull the arm into you like that. Okay?
I recognize that.
Oh, now I want the club head to stay down, or this hand to stay on top this way more. Okay, so this right hand stays on top. And now look, as you go back, I'm going to stretch this away from you, and I'm going to flatten this wrist down. So bend, yeah, so you really want to, yours goes like that, and that face gets open. I want you to stretch it like that. So either this hand, either way, you either bend this wrist, or flatten this, or try and point the club face straight up at the sky like that. So the biggest I'm trying to do yours, I'm going to try and get the hands like this, and then I'm going to stretch them, now push them a little bit out towards me, right there. So I'm going to flatten your wrist like this and try and, you're going back now to get to that position, you're going to stretch your hands away from you and flatten them out. Yeah, there you go. Now, try and take, that's good away, now try and bend this down a little more for me. Actually, grab it just with your right hand. Okay, now look, so as you go back, so that'll bend, okay, so as you go back, you're going to get, as you're turning back, this arm is going to get away from your chest here. And again, the other one, oh yeah, you do like this. I want this away from your chest, and now really bend this hand and bend that. It just doesn't bend like that, it doesn't. No. Here, let me see if I can. Take it and grab it this way, and then bend your wrist back like that.